Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome into the channel. My name is Brent with Invested on the Go. Today we are back at Fidelity buying up stocks in the account. So we had a substantial amount over at Fidelity available to buy, and with today's market dip, we took advantage of it. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and go over the market update, what caused the market to sell off. We had some support in the earlier morning, almost afternoon, and then we ended up about midway between 740 to 750, right around that $745 range. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what caused the market to sell off, what caused it to recover, and then where we ended up buying, what we purchased, and how much we purchased of it, and then why we purchased it, right? So if you guys are brand new here to the channel, I would really appreciate if you go down below, smash that subscribe, smash that thumbs up. It does help out the channel. Drop me a comment down below if you guys purchased anything this week, Monday, Tuesday, or today during the dip. If you guys believe the market will continue falling a bit more as aggressions potentially, escalate from here, let me know down below. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So market update, what exactly took place? Now, every day over on Instagram, I post these market updates of what's kind of going on a day-to-day basis. So I already posted this. This is as of yesterday, going into today. Yesterday, Iran struck a tanker moving through the Strait of Hormuz. No casualties were reported, but we did see that happen. Afterwards, we saw President Trump kind of come out doing a conference saying that from the press conference from the White House that we can go through within an hour, we can knock out their bridges. He was talking about a filtration water site as well. But overnight between Tuesday and Wednesday after hours, there was 80 sites were struck between in Iran. And then going into today, we saw the news earlier in the day causing the sell-off where President Trump had came out saying that he doesn't want to work with Iran anymore, that they're essentially scum, and that he believes that the ceasefire is over, he thinks, and then he believes that the Iran Memorandum of Understanding is finished. So we saw, here's the daily move right through here, we saw we had kind of moved down a little bit towards end of day on Tuesday, and then when the market opened up here, we opened up almost a 0.5% down. We gapped down overnight, and then here we had that news kind of come out earlier this morning, and it just continued to sell off. And then we did hit some support between that $739, $740 range. If we go back here, we can kind of take a look at these levels of, we had this prior support right in here back from July 2nd, and even prior to that, we have a lot of support right around here. What was prior resistance in the $740 range is now support. So if we do end up breaking through this $740 level, our next range is probably going to be here at these highs where it was prior resistance at that $735, and then another $5 point below that. But it's looking like this range is holding out. Now, what caused this recovery from 740 all the way back up to 745, and even overnight, right now we're even up a little bit higher. I believe we're up around 0.06 at 0.09, somewhere in that range, is that afterwards we did see that earlier they said that the war and the ceasefire with Iran may be over. Trump stated that he does not believe that the war would resume. So the index recovered as Trump stated that he does not believe that the war would resume, and that there is some increased confrontation in the Persian Gulf pose a new wave of disruption to the oil trading. We did see Brent crude temporary bounce over $80, but then come back down a bit. So continuing to watch the market. There's some other news in there between Apple, SpaceX, and Meta. Go ahead and bounce over into the SPY again. But yeah, we did see that nice sell-off and some recovery and closed higher. We'll see how we move into Thursday, Friday. If we do move higher, we have a hard resistance around like 749, 750. If we can break above this downtrend, that'll be good news. If we hit it, right through here, 747, 749, that's going to be a hard resistance point. But if we can break above that and close and then move higher above the trend, the downtrend, that could be some positive news out there in the market. But I did go ahead and make some buys. Let's go ahead and pop over to Fidelity. So where exactly did I buy today? Well, I picked up SPY. I picked up roughly almost $25,000 worth of SPY. We see I picked up it filled at $740.24, and there's my buy price at $740.25 is essentially what we purchased. So we can see right in here that we purchased at the average cost of $740.25. So once again, I was watching the market. I have all my alerts set up. Right as it broke through that 740, the support, I got a notification that it triggered. I did see the bounce. We hit, we broke through, we came up, we broke above, we came back down, and then we kind of recovered a bit from there. So we had a low. Then we scooped up, we scooped down, didn't quite go back as low, so we had a higher low than the previous one. Again, kind of in this range, but we didn't break that 740 the second time. So right in through here, I decided, hey, we're at the support level. This is either going to be a really good buying opportunity, or we're going to break to the downside at 735. Whatever happens, it happens. I have $108,000 available within this account to buy into the market with. But I only have $25,000 available to me at this moment up until a few days for the, all the funds to settle. So I went ahead and set up a limit buy right in here. Not quite, again, I'm not trying to time these bottoms, but I like to buy near support levels because if there is recovery, I will take advantage of the recovery. So if we move into the buy order in through here, so right around here at 11:54:09 a.m. I went ahead and put my limit buy at 740.25 for $25,000. It picked up one share. You can see here, one share at 740.25, 32 shares at 740.25, and then another 0.772 shares at 740.24. So it kind of just averaged it all out as basically $33.77 shares, or it cost me $24,999.72. So I have 28 cents left over in the account, which can't really buy me a whole lot, but that's a big tranche of investment right in through here. And at 11, what was it, 11? Let me go ahead and pop in through here. So I don't live on the East Coast. This is Eastern Standard Time. I live on the West Coast. So we subtract those 3 hours. So this is going to be at 8:54 a.m. So if we take a look at the graph in through here, and we're looking at 8:54. So right in through here, again, we hit that bounce. We recovered. It didn't quite hit the lower tranche. We weren't looking like we were going to be breaking to the downside. We were kind of holding the support. I went ahead and entered at 8:54, and I bought at 740.25. So right in this dollar point right here. And then we recovered, whoops. Let's go 740.24. Okay, and then we recovered throughout the end of the day. We're up around 0.69%, and then after hours, we're just up a smidge more. Now, I don't know if this is going to hold out. Right now, it is looking like the S&P 500. The markets are kind of holding steady in this range, but overall, we're still in a down range. We're still working our way. Go ahead and look at the 3 months here. Yeah, you can see here, we're just kind of going in this range right now. And, if we do fall from here, we could fall all the, we'll have some support levels along the way, but we can end up falling all the way down to 714 potentially. We have a lot of support in the $720 range. So very low risk of it happening unless something big comes out dramatically and just upsets the market. But overall, pretty happy with the buy. If the market does continue moving higher from here, we'll just continue to stay within SPY. If it does fall back from here below that 740 into the $730 range, and I have some excess capital that becomes available, I'll put in some more purchases at that time. Now, you might be asking, why did you buy SPY in the account? So right now, my Robinhood account, it's really well set up right now. You can see our margin account. It's at 350,000. Okay, I was like, I didn't see some of my positions in there. T-SPY, TDAC. I was like, where's those positions at? So this account is doing what it needs to do. It has the capital and it generates the capital needed to cover all of my daily, monthly expenses just by itself very passively. And then the Fidelity account, I want to use that currently for some growth, specifically without generating more dividend to get pulled from the price range anyways and get paid to me. I don't need excess dividends at this moment. This account right now is doing all that it needs to do as it is. And eventually, with the capital preservation and the growth in that account, if it does continue to move higher, and Robinhood does happen to have a promotion coming here where they say, hey, if you initiate a transfer, right now they have a 1% transfer bonus if you have SpaceX. But eventually, I'm hoping that within the next month or 2 months, they might do another 2% to 3% transfer bonus. At that time, I will then initiate a transfer bonus from Fidelity to Robinhood and hopefully get a 2 or 3% transfer bonus at that time. So right now I'm trying to retain the equity within that portfolio, look for growth where I can get it, not lose my capital, have no capital depreciation at the time. So that's why I'm looking for the tranches and the best buying opportunities. Whereas these are great. They do offer total, good total return that is at or even sometimes exceeding the underlying index. But I'd rather just focus on the index at this time, where if it pays out a small dividend, that's fine, but it's not going to be eroding ish here in the short term, which that's what I'm looking at right now, is just kind of preserve the capital so that when there is a bonus that does initiate on Robinhood, I can take advantage of that and get the full capital bonus at that time. That's kind of the game plan behind this at the moment. Going into July, we're looking for capital preservation over at Fidelity and capital dividends generation here at Robinhood. So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Just some quick market update of what we're looking at in the market, some of the news that we saw causing the sell-off, causing recovery, are buying into the market on the S&P 500. Going into Thursday, I don't think anything is really out there that's going to be bringing the market down. So I do believe Thursday will be pretty positive, and we'll see the S&P 500 probably move towards that 747, 750 range, and then potentially go from there either up to 752, or we could even bounce and go down into the 740s and even lower from that point on. I guess we'll just kind of see where it all heads to in the future, right? So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys have any comments or questions, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. I would really appreciate if you smash that subscribe, smash that thumbs up, and drop me a comment down below if you guys bought anything today, prior, Monday, Tuesday. And check out the pinned comment down below, get some goodies. You guys can get between $75 and $475 for sign up for a high yield savings account at SoFi, $25 for sign up for their SoFi Invest platform, and some other goodies such as joining the Discord server. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you all for tuning in. Catch you next time. Bye.